Alright guys, before we dive into heavy conversation, let's just do a quick check-in. How are you guys today?
Honestly, kinda tired. SBM life, assignments filling up, but still here to make a podcast. How about you, Nico?
So I'm actually good. I just had a coffee, so I'm 200% awake. But also low-key nervous about the financing accounting exam. How about you, Zawa?
I'm actually fine too, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed with deadlines. But this topic actually feels therapeutic to talk about. Like we've all seen power dynamics in our group, right?
That's right.
Exactly. That's why today's topic is very relatable because power and influence is literally everywhere.
So without waiting any longer, let's jump right into the topic.
Let's go!
Audio Jungle.
Hi everyone!
Welcome back.
To our
Podcast.
We are SBM student majoring in business management. My name is Nico.
I'm Zawa.
I'm Ceha.
And today's topic is something super real in any organization,
That's
the
Politics of
power.
Yeah, whether you are in student organization, class projects, or even in the workplace later, you definitely deal with power, influence, and a bit of politics.
That's true. And the funny part, sometimes politics feel toxic. But actually, it is how things get done. So today, we will dive into power sources, influence strategies, and how they impact collaboration and decision making.
So let's start with the basic. Power is basically the ability to influence other people's behavior. French and Raven, two organizational behavior researchers, identified 5 main bases of power: reward, coercive, legitimate, expert, and referent.
Exactly. So reward power is when you can give people something they want, like in student committee when the head can give the best shifts or opportunities to active members. Coercive powers is the opposite, punishing people if they don't comply.
Another one is legitimate power, which comes from formal position. Like for example, if you're the project leader, people respect your authority by default. Another one is expert power, is when you're the Excel wizard or the ones who knows the technical stuff. Basically, your skill gives you the influence. And finally, referent power, which is basically respect and admiration. So people follow you because they like you.
And here's the catch, most real-life influence isn't just about your title. You could be the official leader, but if you don't have referent or expert power, people might not actually follow you.
So, power is one thing, but how you use it is another. Influence tactics can be ethical or manipulative.
That's actually right. Ethical influence tactics are things like rational persuasion, which is convincing people with data and logical arguments, or inspirational appeal, motivating people with a strong vision and shared values. There's also consultation, where you involve others for the decision making.
And manipulative tactics, on the other hand, are like dark side of influence. For example, ingratiation, flattering people just to get what you want, or coalition building, basically forming cliques to pressure others. Some even use pressure tactics, which is forcing compliance.
And in student organizations, we actually see this all the time. Like when election season comes, suddenly some people become super friendly and start showing up at every event. Sometimes it's genuine, but sometimes it's just political strategy.
There's also actually a real example for this one. McKinsey actually wrote that the best leader rely more on inspirational and rational tactics because those create long-term trust. Manipulative tactics maybe works on short term, but they usually damage collaboration.
And now let's talk about politics. Office politics or organizational politics isn't automatically bad. Harvard Business Review even says it's a natural part of organizations. It's just how people compete for resources and influence.
Right, because resources are always limited, whether it's budget in a company or committee positions in a student body. Politics helps people navigate that, but it can go both ways. Positive politics means building networks, negotiating, and collaborating. Negative politics is gossip, favoritism, or backstabbing.
Let me give you some example. I had an example last semester in a group project. One person didn't really actually contribute for the group, but because they were close to the professor, they kind of used that referent power to avoid consequences. That's politics in action. but not in a really healthy way. It just frustrated the rest of the team.
Exactly, Deloitte insight on workplace culture showed that when politics turn toxic, trust and productivity drop. But when influence is used ethically, like through collaboration and transparency, teams actually become more innovative and resilient.
I'll start with my personal reflection. When I first led a project, I thought just having legitimate power was enough. Like, people would follow me because I was the leader. But I realized they only listen when I used rational persuasion and showed them why our goals mattered. That taught me that power is not just about position, it's about trust.
For me, I learned that coalition building, if done wrong, it will become manipulative. But if you use it ethically, like building alliance across committees to get resources, it can actually help the organization. The key is the intent.
And my reflection, I saw firsthand that referring power earning respect from mentees and peers when in OSKM was way more effective than giving comments. When people genuinely admire you, influence became natural. It made me realize that leadership isn't about authority, but about credibility and empathy.
So, for summary, if there's one thing to take away, it's that power and politics will always exist in our environment, in student organization, workplace, and everywhere. But how we use them makes the difference.
Exactly. Influence can either be ethical and inspiring, or manipulative and destructive. Choosing the ethical path doesn't just feel better, it also sustains collaboration and long-term trust.
So that's all from us. Thanks for listening to our podcast on the politics of power. Remember, real power doesn't come from fear or titles. It comes from respect, competence, and integrity.
See you next time!